So I just finished watching an interview with Dave Bautista as he's making the rounds to promote his new movie, The Killers, that just came out. And in that interview, he mentioned that he's been losing weight and intentionally trying to get smaller because he doesn't want to be typecast as this massive guy who can only play roles such as a big, huge bodyguard or a superhero or some massive villain. He wants to diversify the roles that he can get so he can express his artistic creativity, which is absolutely freaking awesome. And in that interview, he mentioned that as he was starting to lose weight and get smaller, he's like, holy smokes, I'm feeling so much better. Yet at the same time, he's having people come up to him asking if he was okay, that he was starting to look small and too skinny. He's like, guys, I'm 6'4", 240 pounds. Like, what about that sounds skinny and small to you? He's a big freaking dude. So it just goes to show that even Dave Bautista is not immune to receiving these kinds of comments, opinions, and judgments from others, even though he's this massive freaking man. And it just goes to show, like, how warped and skewed our perspectives and our standards are to what big is nowadays and what is small and what is skinny. And I just saw a picture on, I think it was Facebook yesterday, where a bodybuilder passed away and his tombstone was a bench, like a bench press there. And on the bench it said, "Get big or die trying," which is something that I'm sure you've heard, this kind of this war call in the gym there. A lot of irony behind that, a lot of other thoughts going through my head, but it also got me thinking, like, what is big? Like, for myself personally, 5'7", I weigh just about 150 pounds, and pretty much this is as big as I'm going to get naturally. So for me personally, I consider this big. 150 pounds for me is big because it's as big as I can genetically get naturally. Now, if I was thinking that's not big, Scott, I'm small, like Dave Bautista big is, now that's big, maybe I'm going to decide, you know what, okay, I've hit my genetic limits naturally. Maybe it's time to start experimenting with TRT, see where that takes me. Do that for a little while, realize, you know what, I'm still small, I'm not Dave Bautista big. Let's step it up. So I'm already injecting testosterone into myself. Why not up it to steroid levels here? Start taking some other performance-enhancing drugs to try to get as big as I can get. I still would never get Dave Bautista big. It's just like I've got tiny little wrists and ankles. My bone structure just would not support massive amounts of muscle. And if that was my definition of big and I was going to get big or die trying, I'm gonna die trying, much like you see a lot of these other young bodybuilders out there who are taking these performance enhancing drugs all in an effort to try to become like the biggest man possible. It just, to me, it's heartbreaking to see that when there's so much more to life than just having massive muscle. And the thing I want you to really take away from this, and Dave's message here, he's done a fantastic job of kind of, all right, blocking out what other people may be thinking, their opinions that, all right, you're looking smaller, you're looking skinny here compared to like your norm there. You're just a fraction of the man that you used to be there. These are judgments and opinions of others. And I never want you to make decisions. I don't want judgments of others to impact the judgment of yourself. It's so important, like Dave is doing, he's blocking out that noise, doing what's going to serve him best, what's going to allow him to feel his best, perform his best, get the roles that he wants to get so he can express his creativity, bring even more joy to his life. And also, he's made note in that interview that, yeah, he wants to get a little bit leaner, a little bit smaller, but he realizes, like, beyond that, it's going to be too small and too lean for him, his structure, his body. And that is the other thing, like the other extreme. You can die trying to get too big, but it's also not healthy to try to get too small or too lean. So it's so important to, again, block the noise out from what other opinions and judgments are of you and get to a level that's going to suit you best and feel your best. For you, it may be like a 4-pack or just a flat stomach. You just feel fairly lean and comfortably lean, and you're able to perform your best, feel your best, live your life to the fullest. Maybe that to you, living your best life to the fullest, feeling your best, is 6-pack abs. Like for myself personally, some of my clients, some of my colleagues, some of my friends, being lean with abs, like this level of lean, this is where we perform our best. This is where we feel our best, move our best, and we're thriving in all aspects of our lives. And no one can tell us that just based on how we look. You may hear opinions of others that that level of leanness isn't healthy. Well, that's your opinion. My blood work is phenomenal. I feel better than ever, moving and performing better than ever. Strong especially for a guy my size. So I'm going to roll with that rather than your opinion and saying that I should be carrying around a bit more body fat than I am right now. So not worrying about the opinions of others, the judgments of others. They're entitled to have them. It's cool. They're forming their opinion based on what they're hearing from others out there, and they're not living in your body. So it's so important to look within, to have that heightened sense of awareness to what's going to serve you best, to not pay attention to the standards that are out there. Like for us guys in particular, like bigger is really becoming the standard, which is why you're seeing so many of these young teenage guys on YouTube injecting themselves with steroids because they want to get bigger, even though it's really not going to serve them in any way, shape, or form. It's not going to enhance their lives in any way, shape, or form. And fortunately, a lot of them are learning that the hard way down the road. So focus on yourself, focus on your own well-being. What's going to allow you to thrive and feel alive, whether it's the amount of muscle that you're carrying, whether it's the level of leanness that you're carrying, but also not obsessing over that, like not making that your life, that I'm going to get bigger, die trying. Like that's my life mission there. Like, no, there's so much more to life. So trying to, again, like I've been talking a lot about, is taking this holistic approach where you're, again, living your life to the fullest. You're doing more and more activities that bring great joy to your life. You're hanging out with friends and family members and living your life to the fullest together, experiencing life together, doing fun activities beyond the gym. Like use your gym time to you love it, that brings joy to your life, but incorporate other things as well. And really, again, don't allow the judgments of others and the opinions of others to have an impact on how you are judging yourself. If you're giving your best effort, if you're doing what serves you best, if you're doing what truly allows you to live this life to the fullest and bring out the best of you and give the best of yourself to all that you're doing to everyone else, that is really what this life is all about.